Hello. Here is another Revit workflow that I want to share to all of you. Hoping that this can help you make your Revit workflow easier. Today we are going to talk about cross-sloped floors and its sub-elements. The normal workflow on how we do Hardscape is to define the floor boundary first, then modify the floor by applying sub-elements. Let's create a simple rectangular floor. Then let's edit the floor and modify the sub-elements. Let me add some spot elevations so we can verify the change in elevation. Very simple and easy, correct? But here is where the problem comes in. When you try to edit or redefine the boundary, all new points that are created will automatically start at zero elevation. Let me show you. Let's try and edit the floor we just created. Maybe create a simple shape, like a letter C, on the floor. Looking at the 3D view, you will notice that all new points are in zero elevation. Even this one in the corner, for some reason, it got changed to zero elevation. What if we modify the boundary again on the floor plan view? And then go back to 3D view. As you can see, the upper left corner somehow got changed to zero elevation too, even though we did not modify it. Normally we will have to change all those zero elevation points back to their intended elevations by changing the point elevation individually. On top of that, we have to mathematically compute each point factoring in the slope and other information. Very tedious and time-consuming. And because of this laborious process, I am proposing this new workflow, and introducing two new generic model families. The first family is the Hardscape Surfacer. The only purpose of this family is to create a face that correctly defines the cross-sloped information we want to use. Before we can use this family, we need 3 points from the floor we are editing with the correct elevation data. In our case, we have to correct the 2 corners that were changed to 0. And put it back to the correct elevation manually. Assuming that all 4 corners have the correct elevation data, we will then proceed to using the family Hardscape Surfacer. Go to your 3D view screen. Under Project Browser, Generic Models, drag the family Hardscape Surfacer. Looking at the menu above, make sure that you are using Place on Face option. Then we will click 3 points from the floor we are editing. These points will define the cross-slope. On your Properties, under Graphics Display Options, change it to Shaded Mode. Then we are ready to use the second family. I call it the Hardscape Target. Before we can use this family, we need a face that will define the plane on which these families will use. That is why we created the Hardscape surfacer. This will define the face or the plane for the Hardscape target to use. Let's insert the family Hardscape target. Go to Floor Plan View. Change your view style to wireframe. Under Project Browser, Generic Models, drag the family Hardscape target. On the menu above, under Modify Place Component, select On Place on Work Plane. And then look at the status bar. Placement Plane. Select the drop-down and select Pick. Pick a plane. And select the edge of the family Hardscape surfacer we inserted earlier. Now insert the target to all corners or points of the floor. This will not snap to the floor, so we have to zoom in a little to place it. It does not need to be accurate, just close enough. Now here comes the easy part. Go to the 3D view. Edit the floor by modifying the sub-elements. Simply drag the sub-element points and snap it to the targets we just created. You will notice that this does not change the x and y coordinates. It only changes the z coordinates, which is the elevation data. As you can see, this is way simpler and faster than calculating each point. When you are done, simply delete the family surfacer. And then delete the targets by selecting one. Doing a right-click. Select All Instance. Visible in View. And then press Delete button on the keyboard. And that's it. I hope this works for you. Thank you for watching.